is up. Let's the light in. Good morning everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today is a very exciting day for two reasons. One, happy Chinese New Year, and two, I get to go home and I'm so excited. So let's start off with the first one, Chinese New Year. Or I should be saying Gong Ye Fat Choi. I'm so sorry if my pronunciation is terrible. My grandma taught it to me. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I'm just trying my best because I do not speak Cantonese, which is what Gong Ye Fat Choi, at least in this spelling, is Cantonese, not Mandarin, because my family's Cantonese, but that's a whole other story. But I have some fun facts for you guys about Chinese New Year, because, you know, why not? Let's go into a little history lesson, some little fun zodiac facts, spicing life up a bit. So I have all these fun notes written down here. So, Gong Ye Fat Choi translates to Happy New Year in Cantonese, which is what my family is. And did you know that Chinese New Year is one of the most important holidays in China and is probably one of the most celebrated ones, I feel like. I don't really know that specifically, but at least that's what my research says. The thing that's different about Chinese New Year compared to like New Year and like January 1st that most of the world celebrates is that it's on the lunar calendar instead of the solar calendar, which is also known as like the Gregorian or like the Julian calendar, I think, depending on where you are, but that's the one that most of the world and the modern day calendar that we all follow. And that's why Chinese New Year is like February, but also doesn't really have an exact set date. It goes from like January 20th to like February 20th, so like it can really happen within any of that time period. So there's no like, yes, February 5th will always be Chinese New Year. No, it changes. Also, Chinese New Year is also known as the Spring Festival, and it was originally like celebrated as a way to like pray to the gods and pray for good like harvest and good fortune that year, and that's why they did it, and they'd celebrate and have a full fun party to the gods and all that fun stuff. So just like though, but the thing that's really interesting with Chinese New Year is that it operates like on this zodiac thing. So like each year there's a new zodiac, just like star signs like that most of us are familiar with, like Taurus and Gemini and Cancer. Chinese lunar calendar goes with their own set of zodiacs, and they are the rat, ox, tiger, snake, dragon, horse, goat, monkey, pig, dog, and rooster. Yes, got them all. But there's 12 zodiac animals, and each year the zodiac animal changes, and then so on. You get the idea. So then every 12 years that zodiac will show up. And there's like a whole other thing that I think it's like a month. There's like a second zodiac, and like they're considered like your zodiac in China is considered like your guardian. So it's like the year you're born, whatever your zodiac animal is, that's like your protector. So for instance, for me, I was born in 2000, so I was born in the year of the dragon. You have like different types of dragons, so like there's different like elements. So I think it's like the year. So the year I was born, or when I was born, my element is gold. So like my dragon's like the gold dragon, I guess. And there's like whole meanings and stuff that you can research and learn lots about. It's really interesting. This year though is the year of the pig, and it also translates to Zhu, I think, in Cantonese, and its element is actually earth. There you go, there's some fun facts on Chinese New Year. Now moving on to the second thing. So I'm actually going home today for a couple reasons. So one, I'm going home because it's Chinese New Year and I'm gonna go celebrate with my family. Originally we were planning on having like a Chinese New Year dinner, but because it's Chinese New Year, it is insane in Hamilton, so like all the restaurants are like packed with people, because there's a lot of Asian people actually in like Hamilton and like Toronto area. So like all the Asian restaurants are like jam-packed with people and families celebrating the New Year. So my grandma thought it was a better idea that we would push it maybe to like a weekend or something like that, where we can get everyone together and like have a more guaranteed reservation, because I also have classes today that go till 6:30, but I'm gonna see if I can get out of my evening class a little early so I can go home and get to train. And also it's like Chinese New Year this year is on a Tuesday, which is kind of like an odd day of the week, so it just makes more sense for us to push it a little bit. But I'm still gonna go home and I'm gonna celebrate with my family, and we're gonna visit my grandma, and we're gonna have a good time, and it's gonna be hella fun. And also I get to see my dogs, and I'm so happy. It's been so long. It's been, I think, about a month since I last saw them, and that is 1 month too long. And I also really miss rock climbing, because if you guys didn't know this, my family has been so obsessed with rock climbing. Like, we love it. So we all have like our own climbing memberships and like climbing gear and all this stuff, and we've all been trained in belaying, which is the person who like pulls the rope as you're climbing, and I just miss it so much. I feel like I'm gonna be rusty on my belay because it's been a little while, but you know, it's fine. And I cannot wait to go home. I'm only gonna be there though till tomorrow or maybe Thursday morning, depending, because I have class later on in the day. But I'm so excited, and I just want the day to go by faster because it's only 8:40 right now, and I probably won't be able to be home till like 5 o'clock tonight, which makes me sad because I want to go home now. But I should also be packing because I have not packed anything. Enough of me talking. I need to go pack a small little travel bag. I'm trying to travel light. Bring only the necessities. Okay guys, we'll just skip ahead in the day through movie magic, and next time I will see you, I will probably be at the train station, so let's go there right now. Okay guys, so I just got to the train station, and I think I may have just missed my train. Well, to be fair, I did come a little early, but I see lights now, so I don't know if that's my train as well, or is it eastbound train? I don't really know. But if it does mean I missed the westbound train, it's gonna be another half an hour until the next one comes. Bloody long time. So I'm not quite sure what's happening right now, but I'm just gonna chill here. Alrighty guys, I just got off the train. Apparently I got off on like a different platform, so I was like on the wrong side. And then this kind lady, I was like looking back and I was like, oh, which direction should I go? Very kind lady though, showed me the right way. And now I'm just here in the train tunnels. I have to go wait for my mom. She's coming to pick me up from work, and then we're gonna go home and see the dogs and eat lots of food. Hello! Oh my gosh, it's really you. I love you. No, it's just cold outside. Ah, so excited to go see the doggies! Yay! Hi, Roscoe! Hi, Roscoe!
She's like, I must find you a gift.
Oh, hello, honey. Hi. Hi. Is she leaking? Hi. Did you miss me? Did you miss me? I'm so loser. Hi! I'm doing wrong! You're beautiful! Hi! Oh, she's good! She's gonna bring you a shoe. She's like, I must find something. She's like, wait, you can't pet him? She's desperately looking for something to bring you. The evidence of happiness. Happiness. Alrighty guys, good morning. So we're in the middle of like a freaking ice storm. It's crazy. Look at this. This, all ice. Ronan's walking inside there.
Go to the other side.
The window's down?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, punch it.
Okay, go. Hurt.
Damn.
Oh,
Okay, I gotta continue on icing this thing.
Yes.
Okay, so this video has been kind of like all over the place and really random, but so it's kind of been kind of crazy. So first we had Chinese New Year, and then there's like this this fact that well, I got a tattoo, which is like kind of insane, and I would love to digress and talk about it a little bit more, but right now I'm gonna take this off and hop in the shower because I have class in an hour actually. So this is the first time I'm going to have seen it since getting it. So I'm really excited, and I'll come back later after class and I'll explain why I got it and the meaning behind it and what it means and all that stuff. So this is it. I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm gonna take this tape off. I think this is the worst part thus far. It's like so far in the experience is, oh, this tape hurts. Oh, this hurts so much more than that tattoo itself. Oh I got it. Okay. Oh my god, it looks so cool. Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go hop in the shower right now, and that looks so awesome. I'm so happy with how it turned out. I will explain everything later, I promise. Right now we're on a bit of a time crunch, but I will explain everything, my experience, why I got it, all of that later on in this video. So apologies for starters on the randomness of this video and kind of all over the placeness, but I'll explain everything afterwards. I'll catch you guys afterwards. Okay, so I am back now from class, and let me explain this whole tattoo thing. Okay, so it started actually a few months ago, actually more like a couple years ago. So way back to like 6 years ago when Kaylin got his first tattoo. He kept telling me, he's like, Brandon, one day I'm gonna get you hooked. We're gonna get a sibling tattoo and it's gonna be so cool. And I was so opposed to tattoos at the beginning. I don't really know why. I think I never really understood it. But then again though, I was like 13 maybe, I didn't really understand these things, so like I was like totally against him getting a tattoo. I thought it was super stupid and like really weird and like a bad idea, but then like once I saw him have it, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then like over the years I've kind of like warmed up to the ideas of them, and then I'm like, oh yeah, tattoos are super cool, especially the ones that have like really important meaning to people. I think that's like really interesting and like really neat, and I think that's like very admirable for them to have that like permanently tattooed onto their body. And I think that's like really cool and just like more of like a personal thing, which I think is really, personally for me, if I were to ever get a tattoo, that's what I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be something that was really meaningful and really important to me. So about 5 months ago, I think, it was around like September time-ish, I was on Pinterest and I kept seeing like different like tattoo designs, because like I like looking at the some of the art designs that tattoo artists do, and I kept seeing a bunch of them and I kept thinking about it, and I was like, man, it'd be kind of, maybe I should get a tattoo, like that'd be kind of neat, but like I wasn't sure what I'd want to get. And Kayla had said something about getting like a sibling tattoo, maybe for like my dog Stuart, being like Stewie and then like the date and like a paw print, and I thought, oh yeah, I would do that. And then that kind of like started snowballing, and then I kept looking at more tattoo designs and like other things that people have done, and I wanted something that was very like both meaningful to me and something that was really important, but also like very elegant looking. So like I started doing all these Googling on like and researching all these different types of tattoo designs, and then I started going more towards the Chinese characters and like Japanese characters, stuff like that, because I think it looks really cool, and also that's something that's a little bit more tied to like my actual personal like heritage and background. And so like I started like doodling them in like my notebook, if I can find it. But like yeah, see, I started like drawing like sayings and quotes and all these like random little markings and things and like sketchbooks and inside of notepads and just everywhere, and I was becoming like really obsessed with the way they looked, and I thought they looked so cool and like they were really pretty looking. And I'd seen some people get like full like sayings across their arms, and I thought it just like looked really cool. So then I started thinking, I'm like, maybe if I was to get a tattoo, I should get one, like something like that. So then like I started thinking like, okay, if I would get one, like what would it be? And I started like a Pinterest board of like potential tattoo things, and like the two things that kept coming up over and over again was like, I was getting my Chinese zodiac sign, which is the dragon, which I mentioned a few days ago, but earlier on in this video. And I was like, that'd be really cool because that's like my Chinese zodiac, it's like my guardian, and like because there's like multiple, like you could have more than one guardian, and then mine's coincidentally is also both dragons, so like I'm a double dragon, and I'm like, that's really cool, and I love dragons, and like I think that's really awesome. And like in China, dragons, there's like such a high, like highly praised thing. So I was like, maybe I would like want to get that. And then there's this Japanese proverb which is called wabi-sama, and probably butchering the pronunciation, so I'm really sorry if I did. In its most simplest way to put it, it means that there's beauty in the flawed and imperfect, and I think that's something that I really, really believe. So I considered doing like between those two, and I didn't know, and I was like, for my first tattoo, which one would I want to get? And then I ended up deciding, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna get my, I'll get the dragon zodiac, because that's something that's very close to heart and very personal to me, because it's not only my Asian, part of my Asian heritage, but it's also the mentality and belief system behind the dragon I really resonated with. And it's your fearless leadership, being like a very loyal creature, and I'd like to think that I embody those values, or I'd like to strive to embody those. And that was just something that was really important. And like I'm very, very proud of my Asian and Scottish heritage, so I thought if I'm gonna get something tattooed permanently on my body, I want it to be something related to that. So that's how I came to the conclusion of getting the dragon zodiac tattooed on my wrist. And if you're wondering specifically why the left wrist, it's mainly because it's nothing maybe like really meaningful or anything. It's just that Kalen already has a full sleeve on his right, so he's like, I have some spot on my left wrist, maybe if we would get a tattoo, we should get it together. And like we were just like joking about the idea, and that's when in like October, I think, I got the idea. I'm like, oh my gosh, I could give this to like Kalen as like a Christmas present. I'll surprise him. And I was gonna go like surprise him if he had already a tattoo appointment, but he didn't end up having one, so I just ended up giving it to him as like a Christmas gift. And I'm like, I think I'm ready. And then we booked it at like the beginning of January, and then I got it last night. And yeah, that's basically like the whole story in summary. And that's kind of like why I chose to get it. It wasn't something that kind of just like decided on a whim, and just I'm like, hey, you know what, I feel like getting a tattoo. Like I've really been thinking about this for like a really, really long time, and it's something that's really, really important to me. And I'm like very grateful to like my family being, so, like my parents both being like really supportive of like this decision, because like this is a big decision. And I did get it checked by my Chinese grandma, and she did confirm that this is the right one, so I had it. So I know I didn't get the wrong one, and I'm so happy with how it looks. So this is it. I love it so much. I think it looks so cool. It's so elegant, and I am obsessed with it, and I could not be happier, because that was one of the things I was most worried about beforehand, was maybe like, would I regret this? Like, am I making the right decision? And once I got there, I was just so like leading up to it even, and like once I got to the tattoo place, like I was just so excited about it. And then when I like, after the person who I had tattooing me, her name was Tamara, she's great, she did an amazing job, so thank you. After she's like, oh, do you want to go show your brother? I just like ran out, I'm like, Kayla, look at it, it looks so cool. And then I like ran back in, I was just so excited, I can't wait. I only told a few people, so like when I posted like this thing on Snapchat, I'm like, oh, doing something crazy. Like everyone was like really shocked, and like I think it was kind of surprised, because everyone knew, like a lot of people, especially close family friends and like just like old friends from like my high school and stuff like that, who've known me for a long time, were just like knew that I never really, like maybe I'd get a tattoo. Like I was always like wishy-washy about the idea, and then I'm like, boom, got a tattoo. And I love it so much. In regards to like the actual experience, I had a really, really good experience actually, and I'm so glad, especially since it's my first one. You want things to like, you want to have a positive experience when going into something that's so crazy. And sometimes you hear a lot of stories about it being like excruciatingly painful, which for me personally, I didn't think it was that bad. The place I went to is called Sinkin Ink Tattoo, and they do a more traditional method. From what my brother has told me, is that they don't use like these, there's like a gel kind of, that's like a numbing gel that you can put on, and then you don't even feel it. So like my brother has gotten 2 tattoos, one by a buddy of his who's based in Toronto, and he used like this numbing gel thing, and he's like, you don't even feel like the needle or anything, but the one at Sinkin Ink, you feel it. And personally for me, I have a very high pain tolerance, so for others it may be a bit more painful, but I didn't think it was that bad. But like my family kind of like, we have an unusual high tolerance for pain, so like I didn't think it was really all that bad, and it only took her about half an hour to do it, and so we both got ours done the same night, so it took maybe about an hour and a bit for us both, maybe an hour and a half for us both to get both our tattoos done, with her like cleaning in between and stuff like that. And it was like, it kind of like, if I were to describe how it felt, it kind of just feels like something like really hot. Like it's just, it's not exactly really painful. Like the part that hurt the most, I'll show you here, is probably like right about here, right where my vein is. I think that part hurt the most just because like it's like right on a vein. But like overall, I didn't find the experience like painful. Like it just felt like really hot and kind of like uncomfortable. Kind of like something was like stinging a little bit, like it stung a little bit. And like other than that though, I found it a very like pleasant experience. Like I was kind of, some part of me was expecting it to be a lot more painful, but then at the same time I didn't think it was gonna feel just so hot. And like I've had like a laser patch test for like my underarms, and it kind of just felt the same. So like if you're a girl and you've had lasering done, it kind of just feels like that. But yeah, that's why I got this tattoo, and I love it. I think it looks so cool. I feel like a badass warrior now. And whenever I feel like I'm in the dumps and I need some motivation, I know I have my dragon tattoo here to remind me that I am a fearless warrior who is determined to do anything and can push through this, because we're flying high. We're gonna keep going. Got bigger things to do. So yeah, this is a very big life-changing thing, but you know what? Starting off 2019 with a bang. That's for sure. And it's only gonna get crazier from here on out. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I shall see you guys all in my next YouTube video. Bye.